Hi YouTube, Hedgie Chins here, back with another video. So it has been a while. I think it's been a whole month, and a lot has happened in that month. So I'm gonna kind of give you like an overcap of everything that happened. So change of scenery. I've moved back in with my parents for the time being. I've had a very difficult time the last month or so, so it's been pretty tough. I'm not going to go into much detail, just basically a marriage crisis. So, just taking some time to really find myself. So, the animals have come down with me. I have the chinchillas inside, and the guinea pigs are outside, and they have a fan, that runs 24/7, and Pebbles is right below them, and she's nice and warm. So, yeah, so actually my father and I are working on building the permanent guinea pig cage, so hopefully that will be done within the next few weeks, and I'll be able to get it together and show it to you guys. So anyways, today was a very difficult day. I had to put Lilo, one of the twin skinny pigs, to sleep. Everything seemed fine. She was eating normally, and I had caught her just in time before, she suffered. She didn't suffer at all. Thank God I found her in time. But she had a prolapse rectum, and if that's too big of words, I'll break it down. It's basically her butt fell out. Her intestines from her butt fell out, and it was not going to be an easy fix. It was something very intense. So I got her to our vet, and I had gotten to her in the early stages of what happened, of the prolapse rectum, but the problem was that a lot of the rectum had come out. Some guinea pigs only experience a little bit coming out, like maybe a really small amount, but a large part of her rectum had been exposed, and in doing so, it takes only a matter of time, meaning minutes to an hour, for the exposed organ to start decaying and rotting away. And it's not, when I had first found her, which was about an hour, because we waited about an hour at the vet, was about an hour prior to the vet visit that I had noticed, and it hadn't come out anymore. It was always that much out, but it was still nice and red, meaning that it had just happened. But in the matter of that hour, it started darkening in color, meaning that it was rotting, and there was really nothing they could do to save that part of the bowel. And because so much of it had been exposed, we were looking at $1,000 in surgery that was not guaranteed, and she said it's probably not the best route to go, because we would literally have to take out a large chunk of the rectum, as well as the large intestine, some of the large intestine, because as soon as it hits the, as soon as it's exposed to the outer part of the body, bacteria starts to cling very fast, and it's very hard to, you really can't control the bacteria that it gets exposed to, and therefore it's infecting other parts of the inner body because it's part out and part in, so the bacteria is starting to travel. There's another problem there. So I've tried to remain optimistic. I did a lot of crying because it was closing time at the vet, so there was really nobody in the office. So I was able to do a lot of crying and just release my tension and, say my goodbyes. So basically, anyways, she was explaining that the surgery, it really wasn't guaranteed, and from what she could see on the outer parts, a huge part of the bowel would have to be removed, leaving us with, if the surgery had been a success, but since she was already sick, and her body was already being exposed to bacteria, the anesthesia itself could have just killed her. So the reason I chose the alternative route, which was to put her to rest, was because she explained to us that what would happen if we removed that much of her insides, she would not eat normally. We would have to really adjust her diet, and she'd pretty much be hand-fed for the duration of her life, and she would struggle to go to the bathroom because it would release, and it could become an ongoing problem where the rest of the intestines will eventually prolapse as well, which leaves her with nothing. And I really didn't want to put this small little piggy through all of that stress and just the fact that we might have to leave it, we might have to let her live alone, because the other guinea pigs are playful and they want to play, and she's not able to move around as much. That really created a problem, and I just really didn't want to see her suffer that way, and I think it would have been much harder. So Cleo, her twin sister, is doing excellent. With the loss, she was also able to say goodbye, and I think the reason that I'm very happy and satisfied with my decision to put Lilo to rest is because she was still in that euphoric stage of her illness. And what I mean by that is that guinea pigs in the wild, they have a survival instinct, which is to conceal their illnesses from the herd as well as predators, because predators are going to feed on the weak. And she was still in that phase where she was concealing her illness. Besides the fact that her rectum was out of her body, she was still moving around and still happy, but eventually it would have taken less than a day for her to start really feeling the pain and really showing it. So I was happy that I was able to say goodbye and put her to rest when she was still in a happy state, so that she really didn't have to go through any of the pain. So, anyways, we had taken Cleo along for the ride, so we brought her home. And the vet, she went ahead, and after she put her to sleep, she went ahead and opened her up to see if her theory was correct on what was going on internally, and she was. Basically, she would have had to sift around and look for the dying intestines or the decaying intestines, and she said a very large portion would have had to been removed, and she definitely wouldn't have made it. If she did make it off the table, again, a lifelong struggle, a lifetime of problems. So, it was a very hard choice, and I will miss her. But I have to be, I have to be okay because the other pigs need me and the other animals need me, and especially Cleo right now, who is undergoing, the kind of grieving phase, even though she does have two other cage mates. Lilo was her sister, her lifetime partner, and they were absolutely inseparable. And she did cry a lot on the way home, but as soon as I put her back with the other pigs, she was okay. So I just have to stay sane. And I was able to get a little clay paw print, which I'm really also happy with because I was not able to get one for Flower. So it's really nice to have start my collection, as the animals pass, because that is something that you sign up for when you get pets. You have to understand and realize that it's a part of life and that one day they will pass. And sometimes it's sooner than we expect, but it does happen. And Cleo was like a young pig, just like Flower. She was only about a year and a half old, and she was very sick. So I'm happy that even though I only got a few months with her, I'm happy that I was able to give her and provide her with a good home. It does make me sad that she was not able to see the new cage, but again, I have to be okay and know that the other pigs will enjoy the cage as soon as it is built. So that's really exciting. So I think I'll probably start some sort of like shadow box with the paw prints and just hang it up somewhere. I think that'll be nice. So it takes about 3 to 5 days to dry, and then I'm gonna go ahead and paint it so that it's kind of just like, it's just clay right now with the 2 paw prints, and it's really just plain. Like, you actually can't see the paw prints unless you're up close. So you kind of have to, I'm gonna do a little bit of painting. So anyways, that's what happened today. It's very unfortunate, but she has crossed the Rainbow Bridge, and she'll be waiting for Cleo on the other side. So anyways, the chinchillas are doing great. So there's like nothing in their cage. It's pretty sad actually, but I'm almost done paying off Twilight chinchillas, which I'm like super excited about, because when I first got here I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta go Home Depot, I gotta get some ledges in this cage, and then I realized I could place such a big order with Twilight chinchillas that it will fill the cage and I really don't need to buy ledges. So we're just gonna wait for that order. It'll probably be paid off by this month, but she is on summer break, so I have to wait until she opens back up, and then she'll finish my order, and I will have a cage set. So, and the guinea pigs have some stuff. I emailed her today and asked her to put a halo over the portrait she did of Lilo. Flower has her halo, and Lilo needed a halo too. So, yep. And other than that, the chinchillas, I'm convincing my mother to try and give me a wall space outside in the house, because like she's kind of, the house is beautiful. It's like a model home, but I mean, she just has so much stuff on the walls. Like, it's very decorative. However, I mean, she doesn't need that much stuff. So I've been seeing if she'll give me a wall for the chinchillas for when the baby's born. The baby will be in here. She seems very fond of the chinchilla, so I don't see why not. So we'll see. But anyway, guys, I will talk to you next week. I'm back for sure. I really needed this month just to myself. It's been a long journey, and it's going to continue to be a long journey. So please bear with me. I have not forgotten the cage tours. So I'm working on the houses for the set that I made for the guinea pigs, the new cage set. And I'm still looking because the stuff I got from Twilight Chinchillas for the chinchilla cage, everything has the theme on it, like everything has something from the Disney movie. However, I haven't found a fleece that really sticks out and is like, yes, this is gonna go perfect. I haven't seen anything like that. I'm still keeping an eye out. I did see one, but it was discontinued, naturally. So, yep. Okay, guys, I will talk to you next week. Probably not Thursday, though. I'll probably do videos on Tuesday or Wednesday nights. So yeah, it was good talking to you guys, and have a good night. Bye.